Yochecka show. I am with Shay with Eco Glass Studio. How are you today?
Good, Amanda. Thank you for having me.
So, tell us a little bit about Eco Glass and how you got started and what inspired you and why wine glasses? What was behind that?
Well, I started out as a glass artist maybe about 3 years ago. And I started out using just traditional sheet glass and acrylic glass, like the sparkly glass that you see behind you. And then one day my husband was finishing up this bottle of Malbec wine. It was in a green wine bottle. And I wondered if that glass would melt the same as my traditional glass would melt in the kiln. So I gave it a try. I melted down his wine bottle in my kiln and it melted perfectly. And then after that, I just kind of went crazy with design. I started doing pendants, bracelets, earrings, rings, all using recycled wine bottle glass. And it just kind of took off from there.
Awesome, awesome. So what inspired the jewelry that we have? Because I see you have a lot of stuff like the Star of David, you have hearts, a whole bunch of shapes and sizes. So what inspired you to do all of that?
Yeah, I think I get inspired a lot by nature. I do a lot of things that are in the shapes of hearts and butterflies and dragonflies. I do a lot of plant-based jewelry, and those kind of things inspire me. The Star of David actually came about, a person requested that I make some jewelry for him in the shape of a mezuzah, using the Star of David as a design. And I had a few of the Stars of David left over, so I started making other jewelry using that design.
Oh, that's awesome. So can you explain to our viewers what eco means, eco-friendly? Because not a lot of people know and they just follow up with the hype of eco-friendly and not really know what is the meaning behind it.
Yeah, that's true. And the reason why I use eco in my name is to just represent the recycling of glass, showing that I'm actually recycling and giving back to the earth in the best way that I can, and also encouraging other people to recycle and give back if they can too.
So how much wine do you drink? Is it your wine from your home, or do you get donations, or how does that work?
Yeah, I drink a little bit of wine, but my family drinks a lot. I get a lot of donations from my cousins and uncles and aunts and other immediate family. But recently I started connecting with different wine shops and wine boutiques around Atlanta, and they now donate cases of wine bottles to me after they finish tastings. So now I have just an endless supply of wine bottles coming in, which is great.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Well, you did say that you do travel a lot and you do show the jewelry to a lot of restaurants, so tell us a little bit of the festivals that you go to and events, and how does that work?
Yeah, and a lot of festivals. This year so far I've done the Smyrna Wine Festival, and we're doing the Roswell Wine Festival coming up, and I just found that I have a great resource in the different wine stores in the area because they do have wine festivals throughout the year. And so I just try to hook up with those wine festivals as much as I can. So you'll see me in usually 4 or 5 different wine festivals throughout the year. Also, I'll be in artist markets, the ones that usually go around that have just artisans making homemade or locally made goods. So you'll see me in those too. I'm trying to think of a couple of those names. But the ones that are coming up is the St. Pius X holiday marketplace that I'll be in. Mm-hmm. And there are a few others that happen around the year that people just flock to in hundreds and thousands because people come to buy homemade, locally made goods.
Mm-hmm. So for mothers who want to get into opening up their own business or want to create something on their own, what are a few pointers that you can give to them being a mother yourself and kind of the trials and tribulations that you went to when you first started Eco Glass Studio?
Well, let's see. I think I first thought about my plans. I didn't just jump into this without having any kind of plan thought out. So I interviewed a lot of people, actually went to classes, not only classes to learn about how to make glass jewelry, but also classes about how to sell your products. And I think that really helped out. You also could tell in that class who was really serious about having a business or who was just kind of, just trying it out or just, still learning about it. After that class, I noticed that only maybe 10% of the people in the class actually turned their idea into a business, while everyone else kind of decided that wasn't for them. Mm-hmm. But I think that's a great thing to do is first take classes and just learn more about the finances involved, having enough inventory available, figuring out who your target market is, also figuring out how you're going to reach that target market. Those are the things that I researched first. I also had to think about the logistics of doing the business in my house or finding another place to do it. Working with glass, things can be very dangerous, so I had to also have a plan in place for keeping glass away from the family and also not setting the house on fire with my kiln. So things like that I also planned in advance. And that's what I would just suggest to people, is just work out a plan, think about it, interview other people that you see doing a business well, and try to emulate that. Just create all of my pieces and then just take them to the festivals or the shows or the shops that I'm in too. I forgot to mention my jewelry is also sold in different shops around Atlanta. So I can just transport the jewelry from my house to those shops, and it works out great for me and for the businesses.